See, once we are in anticipation of more than 500 buses given to us by IIT alumni, obviously we will have to have charging stations ready. We will have to have all infrastructure ready. And besides the 500 buses, when our emphasis is to shift to EV buses and even EV four-wheelers and two-wheelers, obviously we have to have charging stations everywhere. This meeting was called precisely because of that. We definitely have a roadmap forward where we would be having more charging stations or EV charging stations across the length and breadth of Goa. Now, how it is to be done, how quickly it can be done, how transparently it can be done, that is of concern, and that's why this meeting has been conveyed. But as you know, and you have mentioned to me earlier, and I did give a clarification, it is surprising that when good things like IIT alumni coming forward for the first time through their CSR funding, offering to help Goa for by giving us almost 700 crores for improving the transportation system in Goa, for giving us electrical buses, should we not appreciate and thank them? This is an initiative, a rare initiative taken by none other than Puneet Goyal, who is our Chief Secretary, because he himself is an IITian. Because of his batchmate and the friendship he enjoys, he is trying to do something for Goa. We should rather applaud him, compliment him. And the moment he spoke this particular thing to Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant, he pushed it very hard. When he mentioned it to me, I also pushed it very hard. So these initiatives are to be appreciated. In fact, I want to further inform them a social impact fund contribution of 2,500 crores, which is being given for Goa. That is their commitment for setting up global IIT alumni hub in Goa. They want to set up this hub only to do something awesome, something which will impact us socially in a very nice manner. Out of that, since I was the transport minister, I did mention only 700 crores, but they are giving us 2,500 crores. So should not the chief secretary and the chief minister be complimented for this? Should not our government be complimented for doing this? And we have immediately moved and we have formed a special purpose vehicle for this purpose, and the whole thing is going to be done by them, and in a very transparent manner. They will only be giving the money. Thereafter, once the money comes in the special purpose vehicle, through a tendering process, they will procure the buses at the best possible prices. There are going to be 4 directors from the IIT alumni. There are going to be 4 directors from the Goa government or the KTC, whom the government thinks fit. Chief Secretary is going to be the chairing that particular committee, which is a very transparent thing. Instead of appreciating this government doing this, it has become a rare habit which was never there before with the opposition. Anything good also criticize. Try to find some speck somewhere and try to build up on that narrative. This is something very wrong. This is bad for democracy or for the real functioning of the administration. It is demoralizing even the officers doing this job. What will the IIT alumni people, office bearers who are in that particular committee feel when they are reaching out to us like in a very forthcoming manner to do something for our tiny state of Goa, which otherwise has very limited resources? We should salute them, we should appreciate them, we should applaud them. Instead, we are criticizing them. What is it that the opposition gets by criticizing for sake of criticizing? Really, I am not able to really understand or comprehend that politics runs in that particular fashion. In a democracy, while you are there to oppose what you feel perhaps is not right, I can understand. Somebody giving us something for free, something where you know transportation system has to be augmented. They are giving you the money and you are criticizing it. So this is not good for democracy.
What's your suggestion to those people who are always coming up with such criticisms only, even when it is free?
See, that I think you press people have to figure that out instead of asking me what is to be done. It is you who blow up in all the negative things that they try to bring out. In fact, even for better and optimization of the functioning of these buses, where we are able to sort of use them to the optimal level, they are trying to use the imprint of AI, that is artificial intelligence also. In fact, their thinking is very much forward thinking ideas, out of the box thinking, ideas germinating into something which will be really good. We have to appreciate that. But as Pravimal Abhishek, who is my transport director, was telling me, he was in the process of formulating. He said, no, 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 don't move means that high in that manner, because people will tend to misunderstand. And he was rightly advised that you will be misunderstood if you try to do too good. Just do in a balanced manner. Are we falling down to this particular stage just because of the lopsided thinking and I would say colored thinking of some people who call themselves the opposition?
But will you stop? Do you
Huh?
think that such things would stop the government to?
I want to say one thing, none of these people are going to deter us in any way on the path to progress, on the path to development, on being focused to what is to be done for Goa and Goans. Nothing can shake us. In fact, if you look, because of the performance of the BJP government in Goa, it is not so easy to get elected for the third term. Dr. Pramod Sawant in Goa got elected for the third term when the political pundits had written off the BJP, written us off. What happened? Ultimately, we came in for the third time. Narendra Modi ji also, with pre-poll alliance partners, won a handsome majority at the center. But a victory is sought to be projected as a defeat, which is not the case. It is a huge victory for him. He has been the Prime Minister for the third time, which should be applauded, complimented, and the good work that was done in the first two terms, the momentum has been maintained luckily, otherwise our country would have suffered. Same thing has happened in Goa. In the same way, the government is working. So why the criticism? Just because in the Lok Sabha, the South Goa seat was never ours. We lost by a very small margin. In fact, they should be concerned why they did not sweep the South Goa election. We swept the North Goa election by margin of more than 2 lakh votes. They scraped through in the South. And don't forget that a relatively new candidate like Pallavi Dempo got more than 2 lakh plus votes, which shows that there is immense support for BJP, which has been built up even now. So don't be under mistaken impression. Just criticizing for sake of criticizing, trying to score some brownie points is not going to help.
So one MLA said we will not allow this in Kolwa. Somebody will say he will not allow in his constituency. Do you think this type of things will?
Goa is half a size of a district in Karnataka or Maharashtra. And if we are further going to island it by saying this taxi is not going to be allowed in so and so hotel, not going to be allowed in Varka, not going to be allowed near railway station, not going to be allowed in Kalangut or Kandoli, how are we going to operate? How is the whole system going to run? We have to think of this very thoughtfully, with the due faculties at your command to think the right thing and get the right things to the fore. That is what has to happen.